I'd like to open the Town of Wappinger Zoning Board of Appeals meeting from February 27, 2024. Can we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. Can I have a roll call, please, B?
Mr. Delacorte?
Here.
Mr. Lawrence?
Here.
Mr. Barr?
Here.
Mr. Donato?
Here.
Mr. Bellotti? Absent.
Thank you. Acceptance of minutes from February 13th, 2024. Did everyone get a chance to look at them?
Yes.
Any changes, any variations?
No.
So could I have a motion to accept, please?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of the meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So carried. Okay, we have an adjourned public hearing, appeal number 23-7810, area variance. Pedro Pintado, seeking an area variance, section 24037 of district regulations in an R80 zoning district. Where no accessory structure is allowed over 800 square feet in 1 acre zoning district, the applicant has added to a pre-existing barn, size 30 by 20.5, with an additional 20.5 by 30 square foot addition with a roof overhang close to the property line. The original barn was 621 square feet. Now the structure is 1,242 square feet, thus requesting a variance of 442 square feet to allow for the 30 by 27 addition to remain. These measurements do not include the roof overhang on either side. Where 40 feet to the side yard left property line is required, the applicant can provide 0 feet for the overhang on the original barn structure, thus requesting a variance of 40 feet for roof overhang on the existing barn to remain. Where 40 feet to the side yard left property line is required, the applicant can provide 7.5 feet for the original barn structure, thus requesting a variance of 32.5 square feet to allow existing building built around 1970 to remain. Where 40 feet to the side yard left property line is required, the applicant can provide 6 feet, thus requesting a variance of 34 feet to allow for a new addition to remain. Where 40 feet to the side yard left property line is required, the applicant can provide 2 feet for the shed, thus requesting a variance of 38 feet to allow for a 4-foot overhang to remain. The property is located 136 Stony Hill Road on an acre property and is identified as tax grid number 6056-02-897684 in the town of Wappinger. Good evening. Come on up. Can you just put your name and address on the record for us, please?
So I'm Bill Sattler from Sattler Engineering, engineer for Pedro Pintado. And I see Peter is absent tonight, so again,
Please. Thank you.
again, we're short a full board.
Correct. So your public hearing is actually back on, right? This is your public hearing. You can ask for an adjournment again if you'd like. Another 2 weeks?
Or give him the option.
Or you can go forward tonight if you'd like. Those are your options.
We will request a continuance for the next available ZBA meeting.
It's March 12th.
Fine. So we will put out for March, I'm sorry, B? March 12th. At 7 o'clock. Here, we, again, won't need to come out again. As we were there already, you know, the time we spent there. And we'll see you on March 12th then.
Thank you.
Since it's a public hearing, we probably open it to,
I need to just adjourn.
just see if there's anybody in the audience that would like to speak for audience.
So are we adjourning the public hearing to the next date, or are we gonna close the public hearing?
For just certain, but
I think we have to open it first and let people speak.
audience, that's what published.
So I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So is there anybody here on behalf of this petition that would like to come up and speak to us at this point?
So there's no one.
We'll make a motion to adjourn the public hearing then until March 12th. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. So we'll see you on March 12th then, okay, sir?
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Okay, public hearing, appeal number 247813, area variance, Joseph Sabatelli, seeking an area variance, section 24037 of district regulations in an R2040 zoning district, where 25 feet to the side right yard property line is required. The applicant can provide 20 feet for a new addition, thus requesting a variance of 5 feet. Where 50 feet to the front property line is required, the applicant can provide 12.3 feet for the new addition, thus requesting a variance of 37.7 feet. Where 25 feet to the side left yard property line is required, the applicant can provide 3.6 feet for the existing garage, thus requesting a variance of 21.4 feet. Where 50 feet to the front property line is required, the applicant can provide 1.7 feet for an existing garage, thus requesting a variance of 48.3 feet. The property is located at 5 Peters Road on 0.31 acre and is identified as tax grid number 6357-03-066044 in the town of Wappinger. Good evening, how are you tonight?
Good evening, thank you.
So I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so carried.
Hi, good evening, thanks. I'm Paul Pilon, S&P Architects. I'm here tonight with Joe Sabatelli, the property owner. We're making an application for a few variances, as you just stated. They need to put an addition on their home. The project consists of taking down a portion of a room that's on the side of the house, removing the roof and adding a second floor with 3 bedrooms, replacing the space that we took down on the first floor with a 2-car garage, a mudroom and entry, a mudroom and a set of stairs to get to the second floor. The setbacks are 50 feet in the front, 25 on the side, and 50 in the rear. And if you look at the site plan, when you put those setbacks on our site, since it's fairly small, there really isn't any portion of the existing house that is within those setbacks. The dimensions of the buildable area are about 70 feet by 19 feet. And there's an existing septic field in the back, or septic system, I should say, in the back that's preventing us from going toward the back. It seems that all of the lots in this Peter Road development are fairly small. I'm not exactly sure if it was a zoning change over time. However, in 2009, Mr. Sabatelli was here. He got a variance for the front porch that he added on. And at that time, the front setback was only 35 feet. So it seems like things have changed. So we are here tonight to ask for a variance. When we presented 2 meetings ago, some discussion came up about an existing garage that was there. So we added that to our variance request. And I believe you came out to the site and did a site visit.
Correct, and thank you for making us aware of what that was all about. It did help, so. But we did go out and we did see the entire site. I don't know if anyone has any questions on the board.
I mean, I would just note that, you know, as per the documentation we have, it seems as though the garage and the house were at least built in 1956, which would have predated zoning.
County records indicate 56. I found a photograph on the county site. In the 70s was the clearest that I could see it,
Yeah.
but it seems that it was back before before zoning.
So I think there's a strong case that the garage, which is, you know, the largest of the variances, you know, predated zoning, and any vote we make on that is really just to legalize, you know, a structure that is predating zoning.
And I know that you had some conversation with Mr. Sabatelli about removing the driveway, and I believe he's agreed to that for the garage, or the, we'll call shed.
Correct, I'm sorry, but I was supposed to ask you if you'd like that be adjourned too, since we don't have a full board tonight, or would you like to go forward with it tonight?
I think we'll move forward. Thank you.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
thank you. I apologize about.
That's okay.
Does anyone else have any questions?
I believe he has a few of his neighbors here. Perhaps they could speak on his behalf.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was going to say, anybody in the audience who would like to step up and talk, please feel free.
I'll say something. I've been a neighbor of the Sabatellis.
Sir, can you just put
Name and address.
your name and address, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Angel Hernandez is my wife, Tanya Hernandez, and we've been in the neighborhood for. Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. 7 Peters Road.
Thank you.
His neighbor to the left if you're looking at the road.
Thank you.
We've been neighbors since 2008, and over the years, we've developed close friendship. And Peter's another neighbor, and I just want to say we're a neighborhood of just, it's a unique situation that we have in that neighborhood that I don't think we'll ever find in our lifetime. And so I hope you guys accept the variance because his family's growing. It's a small house, and I really want him to spend his money to do the build. So that's all. That's really all I have to say. I hope you guys accept the variance.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else who would like to speak on behalf or against this petition? Please step forward. No, so with that, I would make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second the motion to close the public hearing.
All in favor?
Aye.
So now I would like to entertain a motion to either deny or grant this application.
Dave, you want to go?
You can go.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we grant the variance. This requested variance, I believe, will not produce an undesirable change to the neighborhood. I think, knowing Mr. Pilon's work, it's going to be very high quality. There will be no substantial detriment to the nearby neighbors. And in this condition, with the septic field out where it is and the setbacks being narrow to begin with, or short, I don't know what the right word would be, but there is no other feasible means for you to pursue this. And I think the requested variance is substantial, but in this case, it's, as I said, a small lot. And I do not believe the variance will have an adverse impact on the physical or environmental conditions of the neighborhood. And this alleged difficulty, I'm going to say, is not self-created.
Due to the setbacks and
again-
the areas and stuff like
And
that.
the age of the house.
I'm sorry.
It's not self-created due to the age of the structures.
Correct. And I don't like you said, I don't see a detriment on the neighborhood at all.
Yeah.
I see it as an enhancement actually in the neighborhood, so I will second
I
that.
would just like to add the condition that, the one driveway be removed, obviously, right? I don't know if we
That's fine.
we should
Okay.
add that to it.
So do we need to
We should.
restate it again, or are we good?
The driveway.
Because I believe the garage is going to become a shed as well, anyway, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, there's going to be no reason to have a
No.
driveway into
I'm
that.
sorry, Judith, did
So
you
what
take
was
it?
the condition again?
The condition is that the existing driveway be removed.
Okay,
It'll be replaced with a new curb cut to the new garage.
all right.
Yes,
And,
that was my point.
okay. Okay, so I make motion that we grant.
And I will second. Can I have a roll call, please, B?
Mr. Delacorte,
Yes.
Mr. Lorenzini,
Yes.
Mr. Barr,
Yes.
Mr. Donato.
Yes.
So your variance has been granted, sir. Good luck. Good luck with your build.
Just for
Good
the
luck with your
record,
new home.
That's all 4 variances, correct?
Sorry,
All
Pete?
4 variances?
Yeah, They're all lumped together, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, all
Great.
4.
Thanks.
All four,
Thank
across
you
the
very
board.
much. Appreciate your time.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Good night. Thank
Good night. Thank you. Thank you for coming, guys. Really appreciate it. Discussion, on for discussion tonight, appeal number 24-7815, area variance, Dara Gray Estate, seeking an area variance, section 24037 district regulation in the R20 zoning district, where 40 feet to the rear yard property line is required. The applicant can provide 22.6 feet for the legalization of a 9.1 by 22.2 shed, thus requesting a variance of 17.4 feet. The property is located at 811 Wheeler Hill Road on 0.80 acre and is identified as tax grid number 6057-04-681095 in the town of Wappinger. Is there anyone here for Dara Gray tonight?
That would be me, but I'm not gonna be able to stand at the moment unless you want to watch people.
We can take the,
Do that.
I'm big enough now, I need to say.
I think we should bring her the microphone.
Since it's being recorded, you have to speak into the microphone? But I think we can just bring the microphone over. No, it's not.
I can bring, yeah, well,
No, she needs to be here because that's the one they can see.
Can we not hand her that microphone?
No, but they're saying she
To
has to
be
be on
in camera view.
video.
To be.
I mean, if we put a seat right next to her and hand her the camera?
Yeah, you could see her there. In
If
that
we,
chair.
if we put her right in a chair and we hand her the microphone, can we not?
You can see her? Okay.
All right, B.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you tonight? Can I please have your name and address for the record?
Hope Gray. My address is 5 Sandra Place, Beacon, New York, 12508.
Okay, and what do you need, ma'am? What is it that you're seeking?
I'm seeking variance because the setback for the back of the shed is not enough. So I'm really seeking to leave the shed as is. It's a garden shed, that's what it would be used for. The buyer of the property, of my sister's property, is interested in having the shed. He is an avid gardener. So I don't want to, I don't want to destroy the shed. My sister bought the property in 1990. The shed was there in place. She did not place the shed there. The setback on the side is fine. I think it's like 45 feet, so that meets. I think it would be more of an environmental impact to just take the shed down and put it in a landfill, because I have no other option if the variance isn't granted. I don't know that moving the 30-something-year-old shed 17 feet would go well.
Okay. Normally, what we like to do is come out and look at the property. We would probably come out on a Saturday morning, March,
But didn't they already go to look at the property and look at the,
It was actually the inspector, the building inspector. Now,
Right.
The board has to go for the variance because they have to see a visual of.
oh, okay. I provided pictures of the shed itself. I wasn't told that you wanted pictures of the property. It sits to the, it sits to the back corner of one part of the property. There's probably, in order to move the shed forward, I think we'd have to destroy at least one garden bed that my sister had put in.
okay, I understand, ma'am. So what we would like to do is just see how it's situated on the property now,
Okay.
to see the variance that you are seeking. So if, I don't know if you could actually have someone just paint the line where your property line is in the back. It doesn't need to be, it needs to be where the property line is,
Okay,
or
so,
or a stake driven into where the property line is, either or.
so the 22.6 feet that you want that stake to show where the 22.6 feet out the back of the shed is, correct?
Correct, but is that going to be on your property line? That's really what we're looking for, is the property line, ma'am.
You want to stick it from the property line to the shed, just to make sure you have that difference between, that's why I didn't, yes.
Do you understand?
That's pretty much.
I believe I do. I believe I do, so.
Okay, so that's what we're asking for, and we'll come out on Saturday morning. I believe we have another site visit on March 9th, do we not?
Yes, we do.
So we can schedule this one for 9:30? Does that sound feasible to everyone?
You said March 9th?
Yes, and I will remind you, I'll send an email just as a reminder of the dates.
Okay, Ms. B. I trust you.
And then we will schedule this for a public hearing on March 12th, which is the following Tuesday after we come out to see the property. So it'll be another night like this. I apologize. It'll be,
Is there any way I could do this as a Zoom call? Because right now, I'm totally miserable. I want to just lay on the floor because I have so many muscle spasms right now. Could I do it as a Zoom call? Could I do it?
Since you did a discussion, if you have anybody that can speak to this, then you come.
No, it's me. It's me.
It's a public hearing, so we can-
This is my job, this is my last job for my sister.
I honestly don't know any way around it. We need to have somebody here for the public hearing.
Then I will be back.
Okay, I apologize, ma'am. It's just the way it goes.
Well, what, can I do this? Can I have someone come with a phone that they would call me? And if you had questions to ask me, they would come and they would be my proxy, as it were. Would that be
Would that be, is that,
Someone's here.
that'd be fine, ma'am.
You
That'd
know,
be
if I-
fine.
If I can convince somebody to come and just stand there and be the phone person. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to, answer and whatever I need
I
to
mean,
do.
I have to be honest, by the paperwork, and I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn here, but by the paperwork, this looks pretty cut and dry. You know what I mean? It looks like a pretty simple thing to take care of.
The property is being sold?
Yes.
Do you know if the new buyer would be able to come potentially? I mean, they would have a stake in this, they would be able to,
He actually doesn't live locally, so
Okay.
it may be difficult. He's trying to move closer to his family. He's currently, in Westchester County, so it would be it may be a bit of a problem for him to come up because he works odd hours also.
How about an
So-
attorney, ma'am? Do you have an attorney? Do you have an attorney hired to do the closing to take care of your property?
Yes.
How about the attorney? Could the attorney appear for you that night?
That's an option, but I can see who I can ask to come and do it on the 12th.
On the 12th? I mean, if it couldn't be done on the 12th, I mean, unfortunately, this all has to be put out. So somebody would have to appear if we even wanted to adjourn it, somebody would have to be here so we could adjourn it. You understand? We have to have somebody here on the 12th, okay? So, but an attorney, or someone like you said, if you can find someone to come here with a telephone or your phone number,
Yeah.
Sorry, I just cleared my throat. sorry.
okay? Okay, is that okay?
But I do have a question. There's someone won't be there, no one will be there on the 9th, on a Saturday, right? That day.
You would have to tell me, I can provide my number, and you would have to call me, and I can come from my house to be there on site.
Well, we will be there at 9:30 in the morning, ma'am. We're telling you what time we will
Okay,
be there.
Then I will be there in the driveway.
I'll call you, remind you, we'll send an email out, just to make sure.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
gonna
I
tell
don't
you
know if
right
she needs
now,
to be
I'm not
there.
walking
I
out to
mean-
the shed. That's all.
she's not gonna walk out to the shed.
Yeah, I don't think she needs to be there.
It's not required for you to be there. I'm just asking if someone will be there.
No, there is no one at the house. No one is living there at the time.
Okay. So I'm sorry, I think I heard you say this is your sister's property, ma'am?
Yes.
And you're selling it?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So then we'll be out for a site visit on March 9th at 9:30, and we'll schedule this for a public hearing on March 12th at 7 o'clock. And I hope we explained everything as best we could, and we'll try and move along, okay, ma'am?
Okay. Is there anything else I would need to provide you? Because I don't want to have any more delays on any of this, because this is my last job for my sister.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so.
The only thing that could come up is if we go to site and we see, for example, a second shed someplace. Like,
No.
that would be the only, something like that would
No,
potentially,
there's
but.
no, there
You know,
is only,
it looks cut and dry based upon the information we have.
there is only one shed that
Okay.
I now hate, but there's only one shed,
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
so,
We understand. Thank you.
okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you, ma'am.
You too.
B has some paperwork for you.
You do?
I didn't fill out everything.
This has to go in the lawn.
This has to go on the lawn.
Yes, and the legal notice in there with instructions.
Do you want me to put the sign up for you?
I'd give you $1 if I had one.
Give me the sign.
I don't think I
This is
have
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
This
you,
is like
thank
saying,
you.
sure. I'll take care of this.
Oh my.
Very
Yes. I thought there were letters.
It's in there. So, why don't we close the meeting? and-
Oh, I'm sorry, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else.
So with there being no further business for the board, I would ask for an adjournment, please.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All against? So carried. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, ladies.
I have a question for you guys.